I'm not here to motivate you. I'm here to rip the blindfold off your face. What you're about to hear isn't the kind of wisdom your father whispered before bed. It's not the sanitized version of morality your teachers spoon-fed you. It's the truth that kings, presidents, and predators have whispered to each other for 500 years while telling the masses the opposite. This is the knowledge you were never meant to touch. Once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Your life splits into two parts: the time before you knew and the time after. 5 centuries ago, a man named Niccolo Machiavelli wrote one of the most dangerous manuals on human nature ever created, The Prince. It was banned by the Catholic Church, condemned by moralists, studied in secret by the powerful. Why? Because it didn't describe the world we wish existed. It exposed the one we actually live in. It wasn't a book about theory, it was a book about domination. And here's the part that should scare you. The people who already know these laws are using them on you, in politics, in your workplace, in your relationships, in your bank account. They're playing chess while you're still arguing over checkers. So ask yourself, why didn't anyone teach you this? Because their fathers didn't teach them. Because society trains you to believe strategy is evil, that seeing reality makes you cynical, that understanding power makes you corrupt. But ignorance isn't virtue. Ignorance is weakness, and today, right now, you stop being weak. 1. The first lie: people are rational. You've been told your whole life that humans make decisions based on reason. That's a lie. Machiavelli shattered it 5 centuries ago. Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand. Translation: people make choices based on appearances, not substance. Illusion over reality. Emotion over logic. Look at your own life. The friend who begs you for advice but ignores it because the truth hurts. The coworker who complains about being broke, then wastes money on rituals that feel good. The woman who swears she wants a nice guy but keeps crawling back to the man who treats her like an option. Logic dies the moment it collides with desire. Facts don't move people, feelings do. This is why you keep losing arguments. This is why people ignore your good advice. This is why influence keeps slipping through your fingers. Because you were told to persuade with facts. But the man who masters feelings, the man who bypasses logic and speaks directly to emotion, controls every room he walks into. Dictators didn't rise with spreadsheets. They rose with speeches that ignited anger, fear, and hope. Corporations don't sell soda by showing you chemical formulas. They sell you happiness in a bottle. Religions don't spread with philosophy debates. They spread by capturing hearts, fears, and dreams. That's the first dark lesson. Stop trying to win with facts. Start shaping emotions. The man who argues with facts is a teacher. The man who manipulates feelings is a king. 2. The predator law. Strip away the polite masks, the politics, the morality, and what you're left with is the oldest law of nature: predators and prey. Nothing else. Aim to be respected, but if you must choose, ensure people think twice before crossing you. It's the surer path to staying in control. This was Machiavelli's philosophy. Not because fear is noble, but because fear keeps the wolves away. Love without strength invites betrayal. Fear without love commands survival. Weakness doesn't just fail to protect you, it attracts predators like blood in the water. The bully singles out the quiet kid, not the fighter. Corporations cut the weakest employees first. Women abandon the man who bends and cling to the man who stands firm. Society tells you to be harmless, to soften yourself, to call weakness sensitivity. But a man who cannot defend himself, his family, or his reputation is not a good man. He's a liability. Weakness is not moral. Weakness is magnetic bait for predators. From today forward, look at every interaction as a test. Who is predator? Who is prey? Who sets the rules? Who blindly follows them? Because predators always eat the easy meal. 3. Nice is not good. Your father told you, be nice. Don't make waves. People will like you. They lied. People confuse weakness for goodness. They confuse obedience for virtue. They confuse being nice with being valuable. Women say they want nice guys, but end up with men who break rules. Companies praise team players while promoting ruthless strategists. History rewards conquerors, not caretakers. Look at Caesar, Alexander, Napoleon. They could be generous, yes, but only when it served their power, never at the expense of strength. Nice guys chase approval. Good men earn respect. You can be kind without being weak. You can be good without being nice, but you cannot be respected if you are weak. Weakness with niceness is poison. Strength with kindness is magnetic. When forced to choose between being feared, loved, or ignored, the worst fate is to be ignored. 4. Loyalty is conditional. You were told loyalty is sacred. Be loyal to your friends. Be loyal to your company. Be loyal to your woman. Love is fragile. Love is conditional. Loyalty lasts only as long as it benefits the one giving it. That friend who only calls when he needs something. That company that preaches we're a family until layoffs hit. That woman who keeps her options open while demanding your commitment. Loyalty without reciprocity isn't noble, it's weakness. A man who keeps giving loyalty to people who don't return it isn't virtuous. He's a fool, and fools are made to be used. Strategic loyalty is different. Give it generously to those who prove they're worthy. Withdraw it ruthlessly when they're not. Loyalty is a contract. The moment it's broken, all bets are off. Be the wolf who walks beside those who earn it and bares his teeth when they don't. 5. Reputation is armor. A man without reputation is already dead. He just doesn't know it yet. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." It doesn't matter who you are. It matters who they think you are. The world doesn't reward the real you. It rewards the strategic you. Reputation is your armor, the sword that cuts through lies, the shadow that precedes you into every room. With a strong reputation, enemies hesitate. With a weak reputation, even your friends doubt you. Alexander the Great spread stories he was invincible, a demigod. His enemies believed it before the battle began. Steve Jobs built an aura, a reality distortion field, that bent investors and rivals to his will. Perception is reality. If you don't control it, someone else will control it for you. Never whine about problems. Present solutions. Don't always be available. Scarcity creates worth. Never explain your decisions to people who can't affect your life. Guard your reputation more fiercely than your money, because without it, you're already exiled. 6. War is always happening. Most men think peace is normal and war is the exception. Machiavelli knew the opposite. He believed that if a war is inevitable, it's better to fight it on your own terms now than to wait and let your rivals gain the upper hand. Conflict is not something that might happen. It's happening right now, in whispers, in shadows, in boardrooms, in bedrooms. The only question is whether you're ready. A warrior doesn't sharpen his blade the moment the enemy arrives. He sharpens it every morning, even when the field looks quiet. This is how you survive. Stay in shape even when you're not threatened. Save money even when it flows easily. Cultivate allies when you don't need them. Be a fox to recognize traps. Be a lion to frighten wolves. Most men choose one and get destroyed. The man who becomes both is untouchable. Don't start wars, but be prepared to finish every single one. The man who radiates readiness rarely has to fight at all. 7. Deception is survival. People like to imagine honesty rules the world. That truth always rises to the top. That integrity always wins. That's a fairy tale. Machiavelli wrote, "A prince never lacks legitimate reasons to break his promises. Deception has built kingdoms, toppled empires, and carved the path of history more than honesty ever has." The fox pretends weakness to lure prey. The snake camouflages itself before striking. Humans are no different. Does this mean lie endlessly? No. It means master-controlled deception. Show masks, hide knives, reveal just enough to keep others blind to your real intentions. The world doesn't reward pure honesty. It rewards strategic honesty. Tell the truth when it strengthens you. Lie when it protects you. Break promises when keeping them would destroy you. The honest man isn't noble. He's prey. 8. Morality is a cage. You've been told morality is absolute, that good is rewarded and evil punished. But who defines good? Not you, not the masses, the powerful. When rulers want obedience, they call it virtue. When leaders want sacrifice, they call it honor. When elites want control, they redefine evil as anything that threatens them. Machiavelli wrote, "A prince must learn how not to be good, and to use this knowledge or not use it according to necessity." Don't discard morality entirely. Wield it. Appear moral when it serves you. Break morality when survival demands it. Above all, never become a prisoner of someone else's moral code. The man who clings to morality at all costs is a pawn. The man who bends morality to his will is a king. 9. The true law of power. Every empire, every company, every family, every relationship runs on the same hidden economy. Not money, not love, not honor. Fear and reward. Strip away the decorations of morality, religion, politics, and you'll find the same machinery underneath. Kings keep crowns not by divine right, but because people fear their wrath more than they hate their rule. Corporations dangle carrots and whips. Parents use rewards and punishments. He who controls the balance of fear and reward controls the man. Most men fail because they only offer one side. They give rewards endlessly until gifts lose value, or they rule with cruelty until rebellion brews. The art is in the balance. Too much reward breeds entitlement. Too much fear breeds revolt. But alternating between both creates loyalty stronger than chains. This is how you must think. What does this person fear losing most? What do they crave most desperately? How can I position myself as the one who controls both? Once you answer that, you own them. 10. The glass truth. People speak of trust as if it were stone, unshakable, sacred. But trust is not stone. Trust is glass. It shines, it reflects light, but the moment it cracks, it shatters, and it will never be whole again. Trust is temporary. It exists only as long as it benefits both sides. The man who builds his life on trust is building on glass, and eventually it will break beneath his feet. The weak beg for trust. The strong engineer it. They manufacture it through repetition, image, and controlled exposure. Trust doesn't need to be real, it only needs to be convincing, and the man who trusts blindly will hand you the keys to his own destruction, because the alternative terrifies him. This is why weak men are devoured. Never depend on trust, use it, shape it, exploit it, but never rest your survival on it. 11. The blindfold is off. Now you've seen what most men never see. People are not rational, they're emotional. Loyalty without reciprocity is weakness. Reputation is armor. War is always here. Niceness is weakness disguised as virtue. Fear outlasts love. Deception is survival. Morality is a cage. Trust is glass. You were trained to close your eyes, obey, play nice, be harmless. But now, the blindfold is off. You see the world not as it pretends to be, but as it truly is. And here's the most dangerous part. You can't go back. From this moment on, you'll see every smile as a mask, every promise as bait, every act of virtue as a strategy. You've stepped into the darkness, and once you've seen it, the light will never blind you again. Knowledge like this is a weapon. In the hands of the weak, it turns into paranoia and fear, but in the hands of the strong, it becomes power. The kind of power that bends the world. If you're strong enough to carry it, walk forward with it. If you're too weak, bury it and pretend you never heard me speak. But for those ready to take the next step into this abyss, this is only the beginning. Machiavelli didn't just leave warnings. He left blueprints for influence, for dominance, for survival. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one.